So I focus mostly on the performance side, main brand being Optimum Nutrition. It is our flagship brand within our full portfolio. I came from Groupon as a buyer in the sports nutrition category. I came to Glanbia in sales in e-commerce, basically every channel outside of Amazon, so fighting against that beast for the last 8 years of my career in the performance nutrition space. And then recently, in the last 8 months, we have developed this digital marketing area, and I now work on that team. I guess the red flags started coming up 2 years ago for me. We've worked with this digital agency for almost the whole time that I've been at Glanbia. And with all the acquisitions of our brands, and I guess part of our growing pains is with acquiring brands, we moved a lot of people around. So the team that brought this agency on board for us kind of left after a year. And for that first year, the agency was great. You know, they were always there, and we saw them very regularly, and they spoke with us quite frequently. Around year 2, that's when the red flags started coming up. As the digital or marketing team changed, it seems so did their team. And then in the 3rd year, as we changed once again and restructured, in the backside, apparently they did as well. So biggest red flag for us was our account manager stopped coming to our phone calls. So, you know, when you're getting on the phone every week and, you know, oh, Mike can't make it this week, you know, and it seemed to be a recurring occurrence. So that was a little odd for us. And me being from the sales side, about a year ago, they asked me to overtake our direct-to-consumer website and oversee that a little bit with my background from Groupon. And first thing I did was start looking into some of the data that the team wasn't looking in before. Some of the tracking wasn't available for us, and we've grown a little bit more, and we opened a new warehouse, and in doing so, our fulfillment capabilities kind of took a little bit of a hit as we transitioned from one warehouse to another. So I onboarded a service where we would redirect our consumers to our vendor partners, and we'd be able to track who's going where and our conversion rates at these places. And one of the added benefits of that as well was we were to be able to use that tracking capability within our social campaigns and our digital marketing. So I started tagging all of those campaigns that our agency was doing and realized that we were getting a ton of traffic from them, but no conversions. And that's a red flag that flew up for me. So when I came over to digital marketing, I kind of brought it to the marketing team's attention multiple times. And now that I was able to actually make some changes, we definitely took that and, you know, started asking more questions. And the more questions we asked, it seemed like the less answers we were getting from our agency. So the decision was made to part ways. And we did so. And as we onboarded our new agency, they kind of did some digging, right? So when we onboarded our new agency, we gave them access to all of our data and all of our accounts, and they did a little, you know, research and found that a lot of our spend that we were using was being used to target children under the age of 6 specifically. We kind of have a feeling that the reason they were doing this is we were doing this big heavy up campaign to see if we can get some incremental investments from our company. So to skew the results, what they were doing with our YouTube campaigns was targeting children under the age of 6 because they can't hit the skip button. So our completion rates for our videos were fantastic. So needless to say, we are now going back to them and having some harder discussions with them about what they can do to help us recoup that, as obviously we are a sports nutrition brand and we do not advertise to children under the age of 18. 18 plus is on our package labels. Like, it's something we do not do. What we did realize though is that when we onboarded them, the first year they were great. They were doing their due diligence. Second year, same. When we were doing all of our transitions and they transitioned their teams, it looks like they moved us more to I don't want to say a C squad, but definitely a team that wasn't as good at making the on-the-fly adjustments that they needed. And a lot of these, like I said, channels that should have been removed from our campaigns were not. So that's what we did. And yeah, we've moved forward with a new agency, and it's been great so far. But yeah, we've put some other things in place so we don't run into this again, which I'm sure we'll talk about, but that is my story of caution. I guess what I can say though is, you know, when you see a red flag, it's when you know, I guess the saying is when you see something, say something. And we definitely saw things, and the more questions we asked and the fewer answers we got, it should have been a quicker decision, but with us growing so fast and our marketing team transitioning 3 times in the 3 years, no one really ever had a chance to really deep dive, but with this new change that we've made, it was a decision made to just, you know, part ways and start fresh with someone new.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. Ryan's gonna be part of the panel, so we can save questions for him